安倍晋三。日本を取り戻すために外国人の先生を起用しよう。びっくりしました。Okay, so now Abe started his current tenure as prime minister in 2012, 2013, and he gave a very famous speech that said, we're going to hire 1,500 professors in the Kyoto Daigak. No way, it's impossible. From Abe, I had a hard time believing, right? So, but at this time, this world or university rankings is really growing, right? The discourse around this world university rankings is growing. Oh, Kyoto University is which number, and University of Tokyo is which number. And Abe said, we're going to put 10 universities in the top 10 of the world, okay? So, like all of you, I was like laughing, no way, okay? But right after the speech, Monkasho opened this program called Super Global Daigaku. Very great name by Monkasho. So they asked for applications in order to, and we're going to give a lot of money in order to internationalize Japanese universities. And maybe some of you know, I apologize, but maybe some of you don't know this program. But there was two types. There was a type A, top type. Those had the chance to make it into the top 10 globally. And type B, which is to create more global. So, of course, Todai, Kyodai, Keio, Waseda, these universities go to top A type universities. Mostly national universities. And 13 of them were chosen. Okay? So, there was a chance. But what about Kyoto University's super global program? Okay? So, based on, after they got the money from Monkasho, they decided they had to submit a 10-year plan how to reform Kyoto University in order to make it global. Okay? So they decided on these very ambitious reforms. And this has become the Kyoto Kyoiku Gakuin, is the center of this. And I think the two key programs here are super global courses, which means classes taught in English by foreign professors, and developing joint degree programs between universities in other countries and in Japan. Now, what is really interesting is actually Kyoto University, of all those top type A, was the most ambitious to hire foreigners. They said, we'll take 100 foreigners. That was the most of anyone. Todai is like Keiyaku, a few. Keio said like Nihonjin, but they have foreign gakureki, so we take them. But Kyoto University was saying, okay, we're going to hire all of these professors. And interestingly, Kyoto University is moving ahead very quickly with this program. So here is from a publication in 2014. It shows you how many professors and which countries they're from. So the USA has 8 professors, the UK has 4 professors. Kyoto University has 8 American professors, 8 British professors, 3 Australian professors. And they said, we're going to increase the number of international faculty members to 100 and increase the number of English taught courses offered to approximately 400. The next slide, this is 2015. And you can see, in fact, it's actually growing very quickly. So Kyoto University is doing what it said it would do. On your packet, on the packet I've given you, if you're interested, I put this slide here. So you can look at that yourself. The number of courses offered in English, the types of professors that are there, and these types of plans. So I've given you many materials today, and maybe it's just, you can just take them back to your office, set them down, but maybe in 1 year or 2 years later you have an interest in Kokusaika, then you can pick it up and, I remember. Okay. So, okay. So there's this confluence of my trajectory and Kyoto University opening, right? So what's really interesting here is that I've actually written quite a bit about Kokusaika because, of course, it's education policy, it's related to globalization, and in some way it's the movement of policy. Many universities worldwide are internationalizing. Why is Japan doing it? So I wrote 3 articles. First one is Japan Times. This is also in your packet. I put full text from 2013. And this one was quite critical of Abe. Abe saying, really, there's no way that we're going to have that many professors, right? So this is 2013, right? I said, nothing is moving. I don't see the jobs. That's okay. Then the next one was 2015. And this was co-authored with a professor in Kyushu University, Ed Vickers sensei. And this is a very 刺激的な title, right? So, 外国人教員から見た日本の大学の奇妙なグローバ化. Okay? So this is in Chuo Koron. And we were many dimensions of, are you thinking about it? Who's thinking about the deep issues involved? Like, are you going to really hire foreigners for, tenure position? Or are you just going to do contract? How do they bring their families? Do they get extra pay? Is it fair if they get extra pay? How is this going to work? So we raised many issues about it. And I was very, very critical because I was sitting in Hakubi, like side office, no contact, right? Yeah, Kokusaika 進んでないです。全然進んでないと思ってた。Then, just 2 months after this, then, okay, Jeremy Sensei, you're hired. Oh. So I was very shocked. Oh, it's really happening. It's really happening. Then, suddenly, Manodo Sensei, Jeremy Sensei, Vanston Paul Sensei is sitting in the back of the Kyojukai, right? So it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, right? So then, you can see I wrote another piece that was in Asahi Shimbun in 2015, November. Then, sorry, this copy is a bit bad, but you can find online. But it's dialogue with Kariya Sensei, Vickers Sensei, and myself. And my tone is completely different. My tone is saying, oh, okay, now what should we do? What should we do now? 今どうすればいいです? Like, wow. So, okay, so you can read those articles at a later time. It's just to say that this kind of confluence of my own life and this opening has happened very quickly. And then it has raised the question of what is the use of an American scholar? I mean, I think everything that has happened so far in Kokusaika is just trying to set it up in terms of policy. But now we don't know. For example, in our koza, like what's my duty? What am I expected to do? Or maybe like Inagaki Sensei or Takami Sensei are thinking like, okay, how do we use them now? In a sense, right? So I don't think this conversation has been developed very strongly. So that's one reason I wanted to just get us thinking about it and hear your opinions. So the question is, what is the use of an American scholar? Any ideas? It doesn't have to be American, obviously. What's the use of a foreigner, foreign professor here, or foreign 留学生, or
well, the title itself was a little bit a shock for me because I didn't think about the use in the term as a term, because I thought that if we have a faculty member from foreign country,
yeah,
probably I was more worried about whether we would put uncomfortable burden to them.
okay,
Because we run the faculty meeting in Japanese
right,
and so yeah, that was my feeling.
okay,
And now, because we have faculty members from foreign countries, I hope that we can work together to develop better ideas in order to confront this globalized world.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that sort of feeling.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have similar ideas.
Oh, really?
I will talk at the end of my talk, yes, come back to it, but yeah. Anyone else, or? I mean, we could talk about it, and we will, maybe when we go to discussion, what's the use, but I think your point is very interesting one, is like, what do we mean by use, right? So the way that the policy is developed for super global is like use them, utilize them, right? And we can think about it like that, or we can also think about it like, what is the value? What's the use? In English also is, what's it good for? What's the value of having a foreigner here? The second half of your answer. So, okay. So, this is just a very rough sketch. I thought if we had time, we would kind of discuss back and forth some ideas. But I think we can kind of break it into three broad categories. I guess most answers will come. So one is, at this level, this is kind of Abe, right? Raise the scores in the international rankings. So actually, そのグローバル大学ランキングではなんか number of foreign faculty で 10% ぐらいですね。で、okay, yeah, just put them there, yeah, right, okay. So we can also use them like a 英会話学校の広告, right? Oh, we have foreigners, right? So we could also do tasks, proofreading or translation, those types of things. Then I think there's another level. So these, I would say these are kind of basic tasks. Then there would be another level, which is make it possible for foreign students to enter the faculty. Some people say this would generate income for Japanese university. That's the model in the UK. Teach courses in English, Kyoto 教育学院. And some people would like to see us change the style of teaching and learning. So, foreign professors have syllabus. And 子供中心主義だから. Right? We can change this system, right? By using the foreigners, right? Okay. And then I think there's another level to this, which is, this came out in your answer, is we can be used as a bridge to facilitate this international cooperation in inviting professors here or providing contacts to students and professors abroad, for publishing in English, for attending conferences. We ourselves can publish in English, which will raise the number of citations for Kyoto University, but also publishing the ideas, some of the ideas that are here, and publishing them out for international audience. And then I think new ideas, new perspectives based on this kind of interaction between us, or putting in new ideas into the faculty, is some of the goals or values. So this is kind of how do we use them, and then what's the value is more on that end,